Hey, I'm crazy, and I'm not an AI generated just to steal your souls. And today, I'll be talking about the wild world of Twitter comics. And yes, I am aware they are called manga. And while I did say the wild world of Twitter comics, what I really meant was just something either very simple or very wild and out there. And then there's also the fetishization of several stuff too, but I'm not going to get into that because those people are whack, and you have to kind of dig deep into Twitter, and I'm not really a Twitter denizen by any means, so I mostly just look through stuff that gets posted through via translations, because I don't read Japanese, to be honest, or it's actually, in fact, they aren't very long at all. And that's the whole thing about these. You can just simply sit on the toilet, read them, and read like 50 of them while you take a sit on your very own throne, and then just move on with your life, forget about that, and just rate them like 8, 10 out of 10 the best, and you forget about them. The first Twitter comic that I'll be talking about has been done by the Twitter user Sensia, or however you pronounce it. I perhaps butchered it, but essentially it's just a 4-page panel, essentially loosely translated through childhood friends who go see a movie, actually ends up becoming a couple later on together, and I'll be showing a couple pages on the panels. Fairly simple, it's fairly short, it's entertaining enough, and yeah. I have also noticed that this author or Twitter comic artist is also very horny and known, at least from what I'm seeing and scrolling, to have drawn big tatas. So yeah, if you're not a fan of that, which depends, as long as it's done fine, it's whatever. But if it's excessive, then it's not a great idea. And that's kind of like another thing. Like, it's just 4 pages. You have like 4 pages, or at least however many you wish to tell. But most of the time, I tend to see these. They're often like 4 pages. They just tell like a simple short story or like a short chapter for like a specific series that the creator is running. So it's nice and enjoyable. The next one I'll be talking about will be the Twitter handle Nara Desukido, which I definitely butchered by not pronouncing it correctly. It is titled, at least via translation, A Man Who Goes to Another World Only Receiving the Skill to Open a Status Screen. Essentially, yeah, it's basically in the title. The protagonist receives the skill to open a status screen, and it doesn't do anything else apart from that. And like literally, he's like, this is the worthless skill, but he then uses it to like rapidly flash a status screen against like enemies, and it just seems so dumb and hilarious that that just seems dumb and hilarious. And this is the kind of like just dumb stuff that I would like to see more of, just random, like almost somewhat parodies, but still kind of takes itself seriously in a way. I don't know if it is fully that way, but hey, it's entertaining nonetheless. And this last final one has been done by a name I will for sure butcher, Hio Kyobiya, which has posted essentially just a 2-page Twitter comic, and essentially involves what looks like initially appears to be a like cheating slash like romance kind of thing. It's not fully clear. Turns out it's just the childhood friend who loves the protagonist, or in this case, as well as the love interest who also loves the protagonist. So it's either, hey, let's have some yaoi, or some good old fashioned girl likes dude romance. Pretty decent, pretty fine. It's not the greatest, but hey, it works. I could possibly see this as like a mini series, though I highly doubt that this will even get a series or even some kind of series at all, because most of this kind of stuff, especially when it comes to manga, it tends to get like milked dry to the absolute bone and beyond. But hey, that's me. I'm crazy and definitely not an AI generated image. Signing off.